There's something about this verse that makes me pause longer than usual. Paul said, "But none of these things move me." And those words, they don't just float past me, they stop me, because right now I still feel moved. Moved by fear, moved by waiting, moved by the thoughts that rise during a hospital visit, by the tightness that grips my leg, or the fog that visits my mind when I least expect it. But Paul was unmoved, not because he didn't face danger, but because something inside him had already died. He no longer saw his life as something to hold tightly. He had already let it go. He had died to what made him anxious, and lived for what made him free. And today I see it too, not just in theory, but in me. Before the stroke, I was a grab and Gojek driver. I worked long hours, chasing after incentives, rushing through trip after trip, thinking that the more hours I traded on the road, the more money I would earn. And maybe I could recover what I had lost in trading. But in that chase, I lost something deeper. My peace, my balance, and maybe my health. Looking back, I see how the anxiety, the pressure to perform, the long, unrewarded hours may have contributed to my stroke. I was worn out mentally and emotionally from chasing money. Before I started driving full-time, I had been part-time trading, and I was impulsive. I traded with emotion, impatience, and fear. I chased losses and made decisions without control. I lost money a lot. That's when I told myself, I have to learn. So I studied. I went back to the charts. I began formulating systems, watching the markets carefully. But because I needed money fast, I took up driving as a way to earn while I trained. And driving became all-consuming. The income was steady, as long as I kept trading time for it. So I forgot about trading. Forgot that I had already spent over 12 years developing my system, learning how the charts work, seeing the patterns. Now I look back and realize trading wasn't just something I did. It was something Jesus handed to me, a gift, a tool, something that if handled with a calm and disciplined mind, could bless me without destroying me. I've come to understand now. Trading is not about skill alone. It's about the state of the soul. The formula I built is simple. Control your risk, let your profit run. Cut your losses early. Don't relive past mistakes. Each day is a new opportunity, but I know that if my mind is right, I can return. And this time, I will. Not immediately, not recklessly, but slowly, steadily. I will return to trading as a form of discipline and provision. I will grow again, one funded account at a time. From small, then steady, then strong. Because it's not about getting rich. It's about freeing my time so I can give more of it to what matters. And when my health is restored, when my confidence has returned, when my nervous system is healed, and my mind is steady, then I will drive again, not for chasing, but for joy, for ministry, to meet people, to serve, to bring comfort on the road, and maybe Jesus in a quiet prayer. Right now I journal. That's where I begin, where I reflect, where I trace what Jesus is doing in me now. This writing helps me slow down, helps me release what's inside, helps me see myself more clearly. I journal my thoughts, my learning, my fears, and the things God shows me in quiet moments. And I know now all of it. The trading, the driving, the journaling. It was Jesus who placed them into my hands. This isn't a random collection of skills. This is my course. This is how Christ expresses himself through me, through my story, through my quiet obedience. Paul said he received his ministry from Jesus, and now I say the same. I didn't design this path, I received it. And so now I walk it again, with awareness, with sobriety, with grace. And if Paul could say, none of these things move me, then maybe one day, so will I. Because now I understand. It's not about being strong. It's about being surrendered. This is not just about healing, or money, or proving anything to anyone. It's about becoming a vessel, a page still being written. A man whose life tells a story of grace, not by shouting, but by simply breathing, staying, obeying. Every drive, every trade, every journal word, they are all small lines in a much bigger letter, being written from heaven through me. And one day, when this book is closed, Jesus will read it back to me, not as a judge, but as the one who wrote it with me.